Hello, welcome to Studio Nicole. I'm Nicole, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today, I want to take a few minutes to go through some of the papers that I have created in the workshop that I'm currently in, the BB Bash. Now, I'm not recording like process videos for these because that is really, part of the workshop. And I certainly don't want to take away from anyone who might want to sign up for it individually. I'll post a link in the let's see, I'll post the link in the description. Sorry, I got distracted by the open paint bottle in front of me. I'll post the link in the description. It is about halfway over, a little more than halfway over right now. It was only a 2-week workshop. But it might be something that you'd be interested in a future year. So I'll post the link in case, it's something that you want to look more into. I'm sure there are other ones throughout the year or other opportunities for you to watch Brooke Henry's videos. So I'm not showing process videos, but I did want to check in and kind of show you some of what I have created. Now, this is quite a stack of very messy mixed media paper, and I'm pretty excited about it. I like a lot of it. I won't say I like all of it, but I like a lot of it. And I do think that it's worth mentioning that the colors are not. So here's what happens. Can you see how blue that looks now on the screen? But if I move my hands out of the picture, then it's a much warmer tone. The truth is somewhere in the middle. I don't I don't quite know how to capture the actual color. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but it is somewhere kind of in the middle between these things. This is, I don't know. This is a pink, not a red, and it definitely looks it looks more red. Uh yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It is shimmery. I don't know if you can see the glitter on there. That is not wet, that is glitter. This is this Brea Reese glitter ink. I love this stuff. I bought it years ago at a Tuesday morning, I think it was. And oh, that's the wrong one. That's turquoise. I have a blue. Oh, here it is. I have a blue also. That's glitter. And this one actually I tried to use, but it looks kind of muddy on here, and so I didn't use the blue. But this, I was trying to see if it had a color on it. It doesn't really list a color, does it? Crimson, in that tiny, tiny little font right down there. This crimson really gives just a gorgeous pop of color. And so I did use this on most of these pages to bring sort of the color family together and to make it a little bit warmer. It is kind of a warmer pink, but it's not quite as red as it shows up on camera. So, sorry about the color. I don't know what to do here. But yeah, I just thought that I would go through and kind of talk a little bit about what I like that is working and maybe what is not working. Like this one, I really like from about here over. But see, the minute my hand gets involved, the colors change. Ugh, does that work? I don't know. Then you can't see it as well, right? So I feel like I definitely need to bring it up closer. I just need to keep my hands off camera. That's so weird. Um, I don't love this big blob. I was trying something with the black paint brush and it didn't work, and so I kind of smeared it out. And then I was using my heat gun to dry everything, and this one had plastic in it, and it like melted the plastic and kind of like warped the whole envelope. So I don't love it from here on, but I do love the rest of this. I used a whiteout pen to do some of this white handwriting, and I used kind of a big paintbrush, this one, and I just kind of used the corner of it to do some writing in black. And then I used a smaller paintbrush, I think it was this one, to do some smaller, like finer writing in black. So there is writing kind of throughout. It's one of the components that I used to kind of hold it all together. So I did use a similar color family. You can see that I did use the black hash marks, and I just did those with this paintbrush just by kind of like hashing out. Oh, I don't like whatever that was. So I've got some hash marks, and I have this stencil. I did use this stencil, these squares and the circles, to bring across several of the sheets to kind of, again, to sort of like make them a little bit cohesive. So they all feel like they are of a collection, even if they're not identical in any way, really. They're each one is different. These are some of the Franken papers that I made at the beginning. So you can see they're just multiple different pieces of paper, torn, ripped, and then kind of re-taped together. And then I went in with my paints and my inks. I did a lot of like smearing and smushing, like I'd smush and then smush it onto the other page. So that's how I got such organic shapes. There are several pieces that have holes punched in them. I love those. This has got like a little, I haven't done anything with this, but I love that it's got a little pocket in it. I do love that glitter. I can't get away from that. I love it. So this is another Franken paper, and you can see the Franken papers are not a uniform size or shape. Like they are definitely very kind of ragged, and that's okay. I have a few sheets that I still feel like they need something. Like this is clearly just a base layer, and it needs some focal points. It needs something. I don't know what yet, but we'll see. We're not really working towards a final product in this workshop, perhaps making a journal or putting something together. But the idea is more about playing with color and pattern and repetition and various different prompts. So I'm not too worried about what I'm going to do with this. I just am creating it, and we'll see later where it goes. One thing I will say, and I might need to pause here for a second just to show you kind of what I'm talking about, because I don't have anything handy that I can demonstrate with. So give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and what I've done is I just took a black journal page and I cut a square out of the middle of it. Very simple here. But I do think that sometimes it helps if you have a piece like this and you don't know what to do with it, or you don't like it, it feels unfinished. You just don't know what to do. I do sometimes think that using a frame to kind of change the way you see it can sort of shift your perspective. See, I really like that. And in this case, this blue sort of becomes the focal image on this page. And then, there might be something different that I want to do with it. Like maybe I want to kind of frame this piece here, or put maybe less, I have that blue kind of off to the side a little bit. So this can really help to sort of change the way that you're looking at a full piece. So keep something like this handy. It's a good idea when things are not going the way that you want them. And that is a great segue into these two pieces, because I really don't like the way these are going. These are like brown packaging paper, and I thought that I was going to like this. It is slightly better with a frame. I will take my own advice here. It's a little bit better with a frame, but I just think that the colors don't pop on this brown very well. I think that it looks very muddy, and yeah, neither one of these are a favorite, and that's okay. They might become a piece in a collage. You never know what might happen. And it's still possible to maybe save some part of this. I don't know. I don't know, but it's just in the pile. I don't have to love every piece. That's okay. I do love this big writing. This is the writing that I did with the big paintbrush, and I do love it. It's very hard to read, like that's kind of the point. But I like how it just gives just a hint of handwriting in the background on some of these. I love the layers too. Like in this one, you can see that the black paint was layered over top of some of this white writing, and it just creates such awesome texture. I also dripped some ink on this one, so you can see like the drip marks and how they go down the page. I love that one. This one with just a single line of these like black hash marks and the handwriting, I think that really brought this whole page together. So I love that one. This one is a little all over the place. Again, I don't think that it has enough of a focal point for me. And it's not jumping out at me, but that's okay. I love the writing down here in this corner along with this. This might even be too big of a frame, but let's see. How does that look? I kind of like that, right? Again, I got to get the color right, but I like that. So it really does help. See, this is definitely the showpiece of this page. And that frame can help you to determine what that is, to be able to see like where do we need our focal point to be. Not all of them have a focal point, obviously. Some of them, again, are just going to become background pieces, or they're just unfinished and they need more work, and that is okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but some of them just really, like, gosh, I just love that. I really just love that. Just all by itself. I don't think it needs anything. Again, another piece of this Amazon packaging. This one is a little brighter because the ink was kind of over top of some gesso or some white paint in the background, but I still just think it's not great. I don't love it. Those are not my favorite pieces, clearly. Here we've got some more of this writing that I love so much. I feel like I could just frame a piece of that just like that. Kind of like it. All right, some more writing, some more of these stenciled pieces. This one I don't love as much. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I have to really kind of hone in on what it is that I like. And I think the writing is like much bolder on this one. The colors are bolder. This one's just a little more washed out. I don't love this blob of blue here. It looks very random. It looks kind of unconnected. I kind of have to sit and really focus and look. Like this is too bland. It needs more something contrast, perhaps. I didn't want to do these black hash marks on like every single piece because then it gets very repetitive. But I do think that it works to add some contrast to the page. I love this piece too. I don't know quite what it is. It's some combination of the way the colors are coming together, the hash marks and the writing. And I love this detail over here. Just the way the ink kind of got smushed onto this page is just gorgeous. There's a little bit of messy writing over here. See, that by itself is too plain, but if you get just a corner of that with the rest of this, it just sings. Just something about it just comes together, and I love it. So that's a win. What do we have here? I don't know. This is also this brown paper background, but it's a heavier. This is like part of an envelope, and it just holds the color differently than the thinner paper does. And so I don't know. I don't like this messiness right here. This is too messy for me. I like a lot of messiness, obviously. You can see, like, nobody would say this is not messy, but there is something about this that is too messy, right? It just looks like it's unintentional. And so I don't like this right here. Need to cover that up with something. This piece, I didn't think that I was going to like this because the blue of the background is too much of like a robin's egg blue. It's not the right blue for the rest of the color family. But I have to tell you, I love this piece so much. This might be one of my favorite pieces in the whole collection. And I again, it's very unfinished, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I love it just like it is. I don't think I need to do anything to it. I just love it. And it is the paper is all very warped. You can see it's not smooth or clear. Again, that doesn't bother me in the least. These are pages from my weekly desk planner in my office. This one is very unfinished, but I do like that white writing here. If I can. This one's got some iridescent paper. I like that. This one needs some focal images or something to catch some interest. Like the writing really does it for me. It just really like pulls the whole thing together and makes it feel more complete and more finished. Like that. The colors on this one are absolutely beautiful. The color really just jumps out at you. But there's just too much background and not enough focus on that one. This is also pretty. I like this a lot, but again, it feels very unfinished. There's nothing on here that feels like it would work. Here we see, I see the writing and I think, this works as a finished piece. The writing is what I need to make it feel like complete. I don't know. It's what I'm drawn to, I guess. I really like that. I like this one too, and this one doesn't have a lot of writing, but there's something about the composition. I think I need the whole page. I don't even want to use the frame on this one. I just like the whole page and how it comes together. I've got this little tag clipped on here with some staples. It's very like tactile and not connected very well. But I love it. I like this one too. The colors on this one are really good. This is really thin paper. I think this was like a bag, like a tissue. I don't know. I don't know exactly what this was, but it's very thin, and very crinkly, but I like it. Again, it's got some writing on it. hmm I like this one too. I like the colors of this. I like how it's dark over here, like really dark, and then it gets really like bright and light over here with this white writing and these white dots. I just love it. This piece makes me happy, just right here, just like that. This one is very unfinished. This doesn't feel like a finished product. These are some map pages that I cut up, and uh, meh, not excited about that. I like that pattern, but I don't think it really works for me in terms of like a finished product. This one is not finished. It's too bland. Mm. This one looks like it could be finished, actually. Something about the colors. I don't know. Yeah, this one needs more. This one needs more. And then here we have more of this brown paper. Just every piece that I have of this brown paper, just none of it turned out. So definitely a lesson for the future. I definitely do not like the brown paper. Um, it just feels too muddy and I don't like it. I don't like it. This one had a cutout of this circle, and so I kind of went with that, and then I stapled this little piece down, and um, I don't know. It's an interesting piece. This kind of feels like the moon or something up in the corner. I don't know. I like this. I like the square piece over here with the round piece over here, and we got some writing coming out of the side. I don't know if I need a frame for this one either. I feel like a frame kind of like you lose the overall composition with the frame. So this one feels kind of complete as it is, and I'm pretty happy with it just the way it is, even though I don't know. I don't know. In some ways it feels unfinished, in other ways it feels complete. I don't know. I don't understand what I'm saying. You shouldn't expect me to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. I just say them. I don't have to understand them. All right. So those are the papers that I made throughout a couple of the prompts in the BV Bash workshop. The other things that I have made, just very quickly to wrap this up, because we're already at about 20 minutes, was the tape. I did record a short on this. It's just like a piece of register tape, and I used the cutoff edges from my Oracle deck. So these edges, if you have been following any of the other videos on my channel, you will recognize. Let me grab my Oracle deck here. These I worked on through the end of last year, November, December. And when I trimmed the edges, I trimmed all of these little scraps off. And so I just used them and glued them onto this register tape. I glued them down using glue stick and then covered them with a coat of matte medium. And I love this. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. But it feels cohesive in some ways with this, although it does need some of this glitter ink in order to get that bright pop of color, because I don't quite have that. So this is the other thing that I have created. And finally, I have one last thing that I'll share. I need to make some room because it's kind of a big giant Franken paper. It's one big piece that's all pieced together, and I might have to give you some more room on my desk here so that I can pull this up. And so this is it's very big. Maybe 3 feet or so across, and 2.5 this way. So I can that's the bottom end of it. And the idea was to repeat elements. And so I used similar colors, obviously. It's still showing up pretty blue. I don't know. I don't know why it's reading so blue. My hands weren't in it. If I take my hands out, it still looks blue. But it definitely has lots of this shiny glitter ink in it. So it's got plenty of that same pop of pink. Obviously, circles was a repeating pattern. And then I also have this glitter tape, which I absolutely love. It's just washi tape, but it's like a glittery black, and I love it. I just love it. So I used that throughout the design as well. And this, again, is just a piece of Franken paper. It's just several pieces of paper sort of glued together to create one giant page. And then everything was kind of painted on the circuit. So again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. Probably I will cut it up into smaller pieces and use it for other things. But let's pull out our handy little frame and see if we can find sort of some compositions here. Oh, I like that. I like those really dark circles. They kind of speak to me. I've got that right there. There's too much like blank space, I think, in here. It doesn't sing the way I want it to. I like those circles. This one's a little muddy. There's too much going on. There's nothing that really jumps out from that. Let's see what about here. Oh, I like this. This has got these circles on this side, and then it's got the black tape on the other side, and some pink in the middle, some blue. I love that. So that's a go in there. I like that. I like these circles down the side as a focal point. What do I have here? This is good too. It's kind of hard to see, but I like this here too, down in this corner. So this is a great, oh, I really like this. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I have this area here where I did these black open circles with a black pen on the white, and then I did some white open circles on the black tape, and I really like that together next to each other as an element in that frame. See that? I love it. Maybe not exactly like that. Maybe I have to adjust a little bit to get that off the stuff. Love it. So what I would suggest to you is if you are creating something like this and it just feels like a big mess and you don't know quite what you're doing with it, try using a frame to sort of just change your focus a little bit. Instead of looking at the whole thing, you can look at individual elements and kind of see how they play together and start working on like how do you articulate what it is about a particular piece that you like. I like the black and against the white and the white against the black. I like this like dichotomy here, and then I've got the black and the white elements over here as well that kind of echo that. So if you can kind of talk yourself through what you like about it, it will help you to learn what you like kind of in general and what you want to stay away from in your art. So a great exercise. I'm having a blast in this workshop. If you get an opportunity to participate in the future, I would definitely encourage you to do so. It is a wonderful opportunity to really just kind of let go and get messy and find some things, you know, that you maybe aren't typically doing, but maybe that you might want to do. Experiment in, you know, with things that you're not used to. It's a great opportunity. So I appreciate that. Thanks for joining me today, folks. I hope that you enjoyed seeing what I've been creating. I don't have any finished projects for you, but hopefully I will get back into a couple of my existing projects soon. I've only got another week or so of this workshop to go, and I kind of want to go with it when I've got some momentum. So I'll be back to my regular projects here soon, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me today, folks.